Today, let's get into a very specific kind of mind. One that sees and processes the world in a way that, can feel like a superpower one minute and a really heavy weight the next.
I mean, we all get tired of people sometimes, but I'm talking about something deeper here. This isn't just being an introvert. It's that specific analytical exhaustion you feel when you're in a room and your brain just won't turn off.
You know exactly what I mean. You're talking to someone, they say they're fine, but you catch it. That tiny, fractional hesitation, a slight change in pitch that tells a whole different story. And boom, your mind is off to the races, trying to decode what it all means.
And it's the same with what you see, right? Someone puts on this big smile, but for just a split second, you see a flash of something else. Maybe it's disappointment or frustration. It's this tiny little flicker that's gone in an instant. But to you, it's as clear as day.
And it goes beyond just one-on-one. You can actually feel the currents in a group conversation. You see who's trying to take over, who's feeling shut out, and all the unspoken tensions that somehow everyone else seems totally oblivious to. It's like you're seeing the source code behind the whole interaction.
So what is going on here? Is it just overthinking, anxiety? Well, what if it's something else entirely? What if it's actually a different kind of intelligence? Let's really define this. This has nothing to do with being book smart or acing a math test. This is an intelligence all about perception. Your brain is constantly, and often without you even realizing it, scanning and analyzing all this subtle data. It's finding the meaning in all the background noise that most people just filter out. And this right here, this gets to the heart of why it can be so tough. Because once you see that hesitation or that micro-expression or that hidden pattern, you can't unsee it. You can't just pretend it didn't happen. And that's the part that can feel like a real burden.
Okay, so how does this actually work? What's happening inside the brain that allows it to pick up on all these almost invisible signals?
Well, it seems to boil down to two key things working in complete overdrive. First, you have an incredibly high level of interpersonal sensitivity. It's like a finely tuned radar for every social and emotional cue. And second, you've got this advanced pattern recognition engine that's always connecting those tiny data points into a bigger picture. Think of it as elite-level data analysis, but for the social world.
And this is the perfect way to picture the difference. Most people experience the social world in, let's call it, standard definition. They get the main plot. But your brain is processing that exact same world in high resolution. You're catching everything, the words, the tone, the body language, the hidden meanings, all at once. It's so much more data, so much more detail. And yeah, it takes way more processing power.
So when you're constantly processing in high res, it totally changes how you experience social situations. It's a completely different game because you're not just an actor in the play, you're also backstage reading the stage directions.
I mean, just think about it. We all have these scripts we follow, right? For small talk, for work meetings, for parties. We perform these different versions of ourselves, the helpful colleague, the fun friend. And for most people, that performance, that's just reality.
But for you, there's this disconnect. The social script is presented, how are you? I'm great, how are you? And most people just read their lines. They just participate. But you see the performance for what it is. You see that gap between the words being said and the truth you're picking up on. It's like being the one person in the audience who can see the actors sweating under the hot stage light. Which leads to the big question, what are you supposed to do with all this information? This really brings us to the core of this whole experience, what it means to live with this awareness every single day. And let's be real, it can be incredibly isolating. It is so lonely to feel like you're the only person in the room who sees what's really going on. It is absolutely draining to constantly be processing hidden emotions while everyone else seems to be just enjoying the simple surface-level reality. But, and this is so important, this is not a flaw. It's not a disorder. It is a strength. The ability to see the truth, to really understand people on a much deeper level, to spot problems before anyone else even knows they exist, these are incredible skills. This is your high-resolution brain giving you a more accurate, more detailed picture of the world.
And so that leaves us with the fundamental question, doesn't it? The one at the very heart of the observer's burden. It's one thing to have this intelligence, to see the world with such clarity. It's another thing entirely to figure out what you're supposed to do with all that knowledge. And that, right there, is the real challenge.